I got something very special for you today. The R18 is right here behind me, and I'm gonna skip the details right now. I'm gonna go to the most interesting part, and I'm gonna start the engine. Let's hear how it sounds. Whoa! Comes from this engine. In fact, the whole bike is built around this engine, and this is the big boxer, the so-called big boxer, because it's the biggest BMW ever produced, 1800 cc. It develops 91 horsepower, which, okay, this is not a sports bike, you know. This is a low RPM cruiser, and if you want to get some more horsepower, you need to go higher in the RPM. But this comes with another thing which is more important than the horsepower in this segment. It's the torque, and it comes with 150 Newton meters of torque between 2000 and 4000 RPM, and that's the range you're gonna use it the most. Let's be honest, it's not about the performance, it's about the looks, it's about the design, it's about having a classy bike. And take a look at this engine, it's like a piece of art. It's so well designed, and it looks somehow like the traditional boxer engines. It's an OHV engine. You can see the push rods over here. It looks similar to the one on the old R5, but obviously this is a new engine, and it uses new technologies, and it's of course Euro 5. BMW kept everything in a traditional style and used a dry clutch, but it has an anti-hopping function, which is very, very useful and important if downshifting in an aggressive manner, the rear wheel won't lock anymore. Obviously, being a BMW and having a boxer engine, it must have a shaft drive, and this shaft looks pretty good because it's open. It's not enclosed, it's open right here at the wheel. Now let's get to the riding position, because I know that you discussed about it a lot, and it's obvious that BMW couldn't come with a foot forward riding position because of this huge boxer engine. I don't dislike this riding position. In fact, these are mid-mounted pegs. At Harley-Davidson, for example, they are somewhere over here, something like that. I can do it. Now, these are mid-mounted pegs, and they enable you to have a more, let's put it this way, a more dynamic approach on the bike. I'm 174 meters, which is 5 feet 8, I think, and I'm sitting pretty good on this bike. This is my riding position. Maybe if you're taller, maybe you might feel the need of having a different position for the foot pegs, but for me they are okay right now. Anyway, BMW comes with a whole range of accessories, with different seats or with different type of handlebars, and probably you can customize your bike as you wish. And speaking about the riding position, what happens from the seat to the handlebar, I mean, this part of the bike feels like perfect for me. You have the handlebar in the right position, the right dimension. Everything looks really nice from this angle with the dash, with the handlebar, with these controls. I mean, you feel like you're being sort of a king of the road. I know it's a cliche, but I think this is the feeling that you're gonna get when riding the bike. But it doesn't have to be a Harley-Davidson. It doesn't have to come with the same riding position, because this is not a Harley-Davidson. This is a BMW, and I'm eager to ride this bike. Having this boxer engine, it should be very nimble because it has a low center of gravity. Now let's have a closer look at the frame, because it feels like poetry what's happening over here. And I especially love this part of the frame, the swing arm, which has the same line. Actually, the whole frame has the same line as the historic R5. And this one over here, it looks like a rigid frame on the back, but obviously it comes with the rear suspension, which is hidden somewhere under the seat. Yeah, it's somewhere under the seat, it's right here. But probably if you want to work with the preload or something like that, you must take your seat off. But anyway, who cares? Who cares about that? It looks so good because you can't see it at all. So also the front suspension looks very good. Actually, you cannot see it either because it's hidden behind these metallic covers. Everything is metal on this bike, and everything feels quality. Everything feels premium. Every touch, every detail, and this is that kind of bike that will never ever get old. You can buy it right now and keep it for 30-40 years. When the world will be filled by electric bikes, you can have this one and it will look just like the way it looks now. Of course, there are a lot of extra parts and accessories. I have some of them over here. Let's have a look. Wait a second. Like these footboards. Like this Mustang seat. What else? What else? This is from Roland Sands Design. It's a cover for the front, for the headlight. It would look very good on the bike. There's also this seat over here that looks very good. This is the Vintage 2 up seat. This one works like a backrest, and you can put the passenger over here. This is made by Roland Sands Design. Actually, BMW is working with Roland Sands Design. It's working with Mustang seats, and it's working with Vance and Hines for the exhaust. So if you don't like this exhaust, you can change the pipes with other pipes which are black, and they come with the Vance and Hines signature, and they look lovely. You should check them out on the internet. What else? I also found this one. This is the Pure Boxer BMW Motorrad jacket, and it looks quite good. I want to see how it fits me. Nah. Obviously, we have to ride this bike, we have to see how it feels, and it might feel like an analog bike, like a traditional one. Okay, it's a traditional one, but it's packed with electronics. It's not packed with electronics as the BMW R18 GS or as a super bike. It comes with an ABS, it comes with a traction control, and it comes with a ride-by-wire acceleration, and it has 3 riding modes. Usually BMW bikes are coming with rain, road, dynamic or dynamic pro or enduro if you're talking about a GS, and this one is coming with rain, roll and rock, which is very good. Obviously rain is softer, and when switching on the rock mode you're getting the most out of this engine. This bike comes with a lot of cool features and elements. There's this vintage BMW sign over there, and it's not just that, because you can see it everywhere. You can see it on the dashboard, you can see it on the handlebar. This bike is built in Berlin. This is the plate, built in Berlin. It's not made in Germany, it's not developed in München, in Bavaria. This is built in Berlin, and it's not just because the BMW factory is located in Berlin. It's not just because of that. It's also because Berlin is a very cool city right now. That's all for now. Of course, I'm eager to ride this bike. I'm eager to see how it really is on the road. I cannot do it right now. I still have to wait a bit. But I just want to turn on the engine once again because I just love this sound. Let's do it. It pulls left every time I'm grabbing the gas. Every time I'm accelerating, it pulls left like any other old vintage BMW, and it has such a manly feeling, this engine. I'm really eager to ride it as soon as possible.